This video is to demonstrate installation of a standard O-ring bumper onto one of these aluminum bolts. That's the old style, made for the square urethane bumper. The square urethane bumpers are a little bit hard to come by now. You have to get them from Smart Parts Direct. So if you can use a standard O-ring, then it will be to your advantage, since it's easier to replace and probably last just the same amount of shots, if not more. But they can be very difficult to install, which is why I'm making this video. Basically, what you need to do is take a very small O-ring. This is a 1090. It's extremely small. It's less than half the diameter of the bolt, and this will be the bumper. Now the new bolts use these larger O-rings, which are a 1590, the same size as a tank O-ring. But if you try to use a tank O-ring on here, it won't fit. The reason for that is because the bumper groove in the bolt is very shallow to fit the small bumper. So if you use a 1590 O-ring, then it's going to stick out. As you can see, that O-ring there is sticking out far past the bolt sleeve, and that means it won't even fit inside the sleeve. It means it won't even fit inside the sleeve. So you will have to use a smaller O-ring for that. Okay, so the 1090 O-ring, as said, it's very small, so you have to use a tool to stretch it out around the diameter of the bolt. What I use is this pair of snap ring pliers, which are designed for removing C-clips, but they also serve other functions. You can probably use needle nose pliers too if you had to, although it would be hard, and you can, whatever other methods you can to get them on. Basically, what I do is I stick it on the end, stretch it out, fit it around the top of the bolt, making sure that it's not being pulled off, and use your finger to slip it over around the other side. Now everything is pretty much on there, and I just have to remove the snap ring pliers without scratching the bolt and without pulling the O-ring off. So now the O-ring will be on there, and you can just slide it down into position. If you have an HE bolt, then you'll probably need to push it into the groove that's right about there, and then dig it out with a pick and slide it the rest of the way. Or you can slide an O-ring into the groove and slide this over the O-ring, it doesn't matter. But just pop that down into position, it snaps down, and that'll be good. As you can see, this bolt O-ring is not sticking out above the sail. It's right there, the same diameter, and this means that the bolt will indeed fit inside the sleeve. You can use a 1090 O-ring or a 1190 O-ring. You might be able to get away with a 1070 or 1170. They're softer, they'll wear out faster, but they'll be easier to install than this. So whatever you can do, do it, and that'll be good.